Alrighty then, Successful Indie Author 5-Minute Focus, episode 577, Direct Sales of Physical Copies. There's Stanley. We haven't gone out yet, but we will soon. It's pitch black out there, and cold, 0 Fahrenheit. Alright, direct sales of physical copies. First and foremost, you need those physical copies. So you get your author price, and you have a bunch delivered, or you do an offset print and have hundreds delivered at one pop. I've done both. So it's garage city, baby. You have to store everything in your garage or a closet or a back office, or it takes up extra space in your house. And then you have to package it and send it if you're doing direct sales. All of these things need to be considered before you start that direct sale, down that direct sale path. Get the books now. Signed copies, you can charge a little bit more. Hey, these are signed. I touched them myself. Here you go. And ship them off to people. It's just time. You have to understand the value of your time in warehousing, time and space, because warehousing them, then setting them up to ship, and then getting them off. All of that takes time. Now, you have to have an interface. I have it on my website so people can do a direct buy from that. For especially my children's book, which I had 250 copies printed offset. I got these 6 cases of really, really heavy books, of heavy hardbacks, and those are all stacked up in my garage to head height. And I pull them out as I sell them, stuff them in a bubble mailer, and ship them off. So I go to the post office almost every day anyway, so it's really not that big of a trip out of my way. We have a P.O. box, and I use bubble mailers, so you have that cost of additional cost for a bubble mailer, or you can use priority, but then priority cost, it's up to $10.60 an hour, something like that. One of the biggest drawbacks of direct sales is that you don't have any algorithms working in your favor. You have to do it yourself. You have to find those readers and then get them to buy. There's no supplemental sales venues for you, like, hey, I published on Amazon and it's selling well and Amazon keeps promoting it. Nobody does that for you if you sell them directly yourself. And I'm talking physical copies here, the hard copies. So you've got to make sure you get the payment, the collection, the address, put it into a system, and then ship it. So all of that is you, unless you pay a helper, and now you've got increased overhead. If you pay for a storage unit, increased overhead. You have to work all this into your pricing model and see if you can get that kind of price for your books. It's a challenge, but understand going in, there's all the costs. And once you figure those costs, say, yes, this works for me, especially if you do in-person events and you have to keep a stock on hand anyway, then yes, why not sell direct? Just plus up your website, put in a payment interface, and make sure that you count for all those people as they buy it, and then ship them off on your way to their next show. But in-person events are a completely different animal as far as selling, because that's an in-person engagement as opposed to online, where you're trying to convince people to buy a book, or through magazines or something like that, where they send you a letter with a check, with a handwritten check. Hey, I'd like to buy a book. Here's $20. Okay, great. Thank you. Put it in a bubble mailer and send it away. Direct sales of physical copies, you can do it. And there's also remote drop shipping. Once again, that's an added cost. Like if you sell direct, Ingram will drop ship for you, or some other printers, Lulu will drop ship for you, and they use their interface for distribution. But still, it's not the same as you having them in your garage, and that cost is kind of high. KDP does it. So you do it through Amazon, that's physical copies, but that's not direct sales. You don't get the chance to sign those before you ship them off. Take advantage. I do it. It is not that great a time constraint, and I have a big garage, so I have them in there. However, I am probably filled up right now on books. I don't want any more until I sell off kind of what I have. Keep that in mind. All of that. How much space do you have, and how much are you going to allocate for more? Hopefully that works for you. Peace, fellow humans.